All right. So call number 9, technically, right? We're going to call this veteran. His name is Jon Van Sickle. So we're just going to call him John because I'm not going to say the whole name. That's a lot. Huge story. Massive story going on here. So, prior service, he signed up right after 9/11. So he had a 15-year break in service. He started all over again as an E1. Oh, good for you. Good for you, John.
I can't fathom.
No way. His unit received the Warner Order for deployment in 2003 for Iraq. He dropped out of OCS to rejoin his unit. His tank company went over with First ID as backfill to do convoy escort. He went to they relocated to Baghdad. They were under fire every day. Obviously 2003 in Iraq was pretty spicy. Experienced quite a few IEDs, some complex ambushes during that time. He had his bell rung. He finally came back home in 2005. We didn't lose anyone in the sand. That's what he says. But he has lost some friends to suicide. Made additional trips to Iraq, Kuwait, and Afghanistan. But he said nothing compared to to that first deployment. He was, he's diagnosed with a TBI PTSD. He's 100% service connected. And his passion is to rebuild his car. So he's not only rebuilding his life, he's rebuilding his car. So lots going on in his backstory. Very, very deserving individual. Sounds like an incredible dude. He's retired. So let's give John a call here. What's his phone number? Here we go. These people have no idea. They probably think it's spam. Let's just be honest. We should probably have like a phone that we use for this and be like, well, that would give away then. If you tell them, hey, look out for this number. You know what I mean? I don't know. Jon Van Sickle. He's retired, so he shouldn't be doing anything crazy, right?
Hello.
Hey, is this John?
Yes, speaking.
Hey, John, my name is Ryan Lonergan. I'm the host of the Fragout podcast here in Appleton, Wisconsin. And you're on the podcast. I'm here with the owner of Extreme Customs and Wheels for Warriors, Tyler Riley.
Okay.
And the owner of Ride for Vets, a Marine Corps veteran, and the owner of Fallen Grafix, Zach Thompson. We wanted to call you on Veterans Day and surprise you, letting you know that you have been selected as one of the winners, recipients for free tires from Wheels for Warriors.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
We got your story here. Before we called you, we talked a little bit about your story, about you having a break in service here for 15 years, and then you went back in as an E1.
Right. Originally I was a 15 Echo, which at the time was Pershing missiles.
Okay.
And then they retired the MOS, so when I came back in, I had no viable MOS.
Okay.
So I had to basically start over.
Oh, I can't imagine after a 15-year break coming back in and reporting to some corporal that. Yeah,
it wasn't bad.
That would have been. That's
I already had degrees. The command knew my background, so they didn't treat me like a private.
Well,
that's
and
good,
I was a loader on the commander's tank, so I was under him.
Well, that's good, I guess. That's pretty good. I mean, because that to me that would have been a giant kick in the nuts. Just
right.
Be like, hey, welcome back. Go clean the latrine.
Well, yeah, I didn't get stuff like that. It was usually mapping and
sure.
And because by that point I'd had a degree, I was 37 years or 34, I think.
Wow.
And so
right.
They didn't treat me like an 18-year-old.
No, I understand that. So, were you in the invasion then in 2003?
We were in the tail end. So when the invasion happened, we were actually at Old Division at Fort Bragg being trained up to go over.
Wow. What did that all mean to you, being out for 15 years and then going right back in after 9/11 and going through all that stuff? Like, What were you doing prior to 9/11, and then you just re-enlisted right away? What was that? What was that like? What were you doing?
Well, I'd worked construction, and I'd worked at Park Davis Pharmaceuticals for a while, and a couple of people I worked with that I became friends with were killed in the South Tower
Oh wow.
at the World Trade Center, and so that was the impetus when
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
so that was, and it's what you do.
Right.
It's what my family's been doing for centuries.
No, I think it said here you are, what is it? Were you third generation, or how many?
As far as my family being in the military here in North America, it goes back before our country.
Oh wow.
They
Wow.
actually were this ship that came after the Mayflower, and they've just always been. I've had, ancestors that were officers in the militia and the Revolutionary War and the Civil War, and
Oh wow.
so
Were
that's
they?
what we do.
Do you know if they were part of the Tea Party? Remember where they threw the tea in the harbor?
No, but John Hancock is a relative.
John Hancock's a relative?
Yes, not a direct ancestor, but he would be like a cousin.
Wow. Well, you know what? If we're throwing out awesome stories about our ancestors, ready for this one? Ready for this one, John?
Sure.
My great 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 uncle was kidnapped by Jesse James and his gang.
Cool. I mean, it's history. It's real life. Our ranch belonged to the family of somebody that rode with Billy the Kid.
No way, that's awesome. Yeah. So Jesse James and his gang shot up a bank, right? And they were making
Right. Was that Northfield?
Well, this I don't know what bank. So this is
Okay.
We got to remember I live in Wisconsin, so we're in Wisconsin,
Right.
So they robbed the bank and they kidnapped my uncle because he was a veterinarian and he was the only qualified person they could find to take the bullets out of Jesse James and his gang.
Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, I guess, hey, it is what it is, right? But no, I think that's an incredible story, John. And first off, I want to say, hey, I'm glad that thanks for your service. Thanks for going back in when you definitely didn't have to, right?
Well, yeah, I did.
I understand. Roger that. And going through what you went through and reading your story. And what are you doing now? Because it says here you're retired in your signature block. So besides working on your Trailblazer, and I know that's what you said here,
Right.
What else are you doing?
Well, since the VA won't allow me to work because I'm 100%, I volunteer with the Red Cross.
Are you 100?
So-
Are you 100% and individual unemployability or Social Security?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, individual unemployability.
Yeah.
So technically, you can still work. You'll just go down to a lower rating. You know that, right?
Yeah, and I don't want to mess that up at my age.
Okay. No, I totally get it. Some people think that if you're just 100%, you can't work, and you can work.
Right.
No, that's
But I'm 56, 57 now, so it's one of those.
Yeah.
I don't want to mess with that.
Are
So I
you?
volunteer with the Red Cross, and right now, for the last month and a half, I've been working with Afghan refugees at Holland Air Force Base.
Wow. Good for you, buddy. That's awesome. That's incredible. Are you involved with any your local veteran nonprofits, VFWs, American Legions, anything like that?
We don't really have any here.
Really?
I mean, they closed the American Legion. In fact, they just sold the building recently.
Okay. And you're out in New Mexico, correct?
Yeah.
All that. So it's kind of.
We're kind of in the middle of nowhere.
I bet you like it though, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Our county is 1,000 square miles bigger than Connecticut, and we have 40,000 people in it.
Holy smokes!
Wow, dude. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot going on there. Well, hey, buddy, I'm glad that we could impact your day, your Veterans Day, and you have a little giddy up in your step, and your story was awesome. It definitely we had some wows, especially the fact that you went back to an E1. So we were just like, oh boy. But you were one of
Well, I wasn't there for the money or the rank.
No, when you were there for probably passion and patriotism and to serve
absolutely.
and to be part of something bigger than yourself, correct?
Well, somebody attacked us.
Absolutely, 100%.
That's what it boiled down to.
We don't like bullies, right?
Right.
But I appreciate what you did for our country. As a fellow veteran myself, I went to Iraq in '09, so I appreciate what you did, and everybody that you served with. And I also appreciate, what you do in your community with the Red Cross. We were just on another call with somebody that said, we talking about you don't have to serve our country, just serve your community. It costs $0 to be a good human.
Exactly. That's exactly it. I mean, either you're contributing to your community and your environment, or you're a parasite, basically.
Roger that. But hey, Jon, I really appreciate it. Have a good Veterans Day. Someone from Extreme Customs will reach out to you, and they will get your information for the vehicle. Or, well, we already have your information. I'll just try to figure out the logistics and everything like that, and someone will be in touch with you, okay?
All right. I appreciate it.
Hey, you have a good day, buddy.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.